From 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. This is your 5+ extended forecast. A bit warmer today, warmer air and higher humidity as all that warm, moist air is coming up from the Gulf. Of course, that is associated with Hurricane Francine that is expected to make landfall today. Once we get into Thursday, though, that's when we'll see the effects from it. Really, all we're expecting is a lot more cloud coverage for it to be a bit cooler, and then we'll watch out for a stray shower or two. Most of the rainfall is going to remain well off towards the east. By the time we get to this upcoming weekend, temperatures warming up very quickly back up into those upper 80s and low 90s across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Temperatures as you head out the door tomorrow morning, starting off into the low 60s, low to mid 60s across northwest Arkansas, upper 60s across the River Valley. Really, you're going to notice a difference once you get into the afternoon because we're going to have a lot more cloud coverage. Daytime highs similar to what we had from this past weekend, only those upper 70s and low 80s across northwest Arkansas for tomorrow because we're not going to see a lot of sunshine, and we'll watch out for a chance of a stray shower or two across the River Valley. Should expect those low to mid 80s heading into our daytime highs. Thursday is really the odd day out where we're going to have one cool day before we heat up heading into this upcoming weekend, back up into those upper 80s and low 90s. Could see some upper 70s across portions of the River Valley for tomorrow as we have a greater chance of seeing some of those scattered showers, especially further east you live. Johnson, Logan, Scott County has our highest chance right now of seeing a few of these stray showers for Thursday. As the current situation stands, we're expecting that Category 1 landfall somewhere along the Louisiana coast. As we move on into Thursday, though, that track's going to move right up the Mississippi River, and if anything, latest trends have shown that it's going to be further off towards the east. We're going to be seeing that track really cut through the heart of Mississippi. Just along eastern Arkansas is where we're going to have the greatest potential of some heavier rainfall. Back here at home, though, not expecting much in the way of any widespread rainfall. If we look at the latest model trends of where it's expected to track, two things we notice here. One, it continues to track further off towards the east. Really, the models are suggesting that that track's going to go right through the middle of Mississippi rather than a few days ago it had it moving right over the Mississippi River further out towards the west. And another thing we're starting to notice is that it's going to stall a lot sooner. Earlier models had it stalling somewhere into southern Missouri and southern Illinois. Now we're starting to see it stall right over Memphis, which is going to provide some heavy rainfall, but the winds are going to die out as it dies out as well. Here's a look at futurecast of what we're expecting. Really, the rest of this evening, we'll hang on to a low chance of a stray shower or two. What we're really going to be watching out for pretty much all day on Thursday is if we can get any of these stray showers to work in the far eastern counties of northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Again, we're talking about anywhere between Carroll and Madison County down to Johnson, Logan, and Scott counties have the best chances of seeing some very minor scattered showers for tomorrow. I even think this model may be overdoing it just a little bit. Usually where you see these very light green colors, more than likely we're not going to see a lot of rainfall. Could just see some extra cloud coverage in those areas. Darker greens maybe have a little bit more chances of seeing those scattered showers by the time we get to tomorrow. Heading into Thursday evening, watch out for some stray showers, mainly across northwest Arkansas now as that system starts to make a little bit of a turn towards the northwest. Overall, though, not expecting much in the way of any heavy rainfall really anywhere across northwest Arkansas or the River Valley. Scattered showers, extra cloud coverage, and it being cooler is really what we're going to see the effects from Francine by the time we get to Wednesday evening and throughout most of the day on Thursday. Here's a look at those rain chances potentially of what we could see heading into Thursday. Again, Johnson, Logan, down to Scott counties have the best chances of seeing a scattered shower, and right now we still only have about a 20% chance even at that. Across the rest of the River Valley into parts of northwest Arkansas, that's where we could see maybe a sprinkle or two. Overall, though, again, that heavy rainfall remaining well off towards the east. I think our highest chances of any rain totals will be anywhere from a tenth up to a quarter of an inch. And again, that's in those 20% chance zones along our most eastern counties. Most of northwest Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma should not expect much in the way of anything. So where is the rainfall going to come in? We'll get Hurricane Francine expected to make landfall into Louisiana. For us, though, in the state of Arkansas, we're going to be seeing eastern Arkansas, Mississippi River having the greatest effects of this, especially especially in those low-lying areas. Again, the good news is over the past couple of days, we've continued to see a continuous trending towards the east. That's going to eliminate those very high rain totals, and that's going to push it well off towards the east for us. Of course, we are following this very closely, and as we've seen over the past 48 hours, these tracks can change. They're estimated tracks, so stay with us as we continue to track Hurricane Francine that is expected to make landfall again sometime this evening. The good news for us is, yes, we are going to see a bit cooler temperatures, but we're also going to see a little bit more cloud coverage, which is going to help out our daytime highs, at least for Thursday, start to warm back up by the time we get closer towards the end of the week. Thursday temperatures only going to be into those low 80s, start to warm up by the time we get closer towards the end of the work week and into this upcoming weekend. That's when we're going to see temperatures climbing back up into almost those summer levels, upper 80s across northwest Arkansas. Definitely expecting some low 90s across the River Valley this weekend. And it's not just the summer heat returning, but unfortunately, because it's a tropical system, we're going to see a lot more moisture, and the humidity is going to be pretty high this weekend as well. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Polar opposite weekends we had last weekend, very comfortable, very cool, very fall-like. This weekend, for those summer lovers, it's going to be a very nice reminder that we are still in summer for a few more weeks. Of course, we have that rain chance for tomorrow, dry out towards the end of the work week and into the weekend. By the time we get to the end of the weekend into early next week, some low rain chances start to pop back up. I think really, if anything, it's just going to be some scattered showers. And as you'll see, it's not going to play a huge factor on our temperatures as we are expected to remain up into those upper 80s and low 90s, even heading into next week. So, of course, we're welcoming in some cooler air up from the Gulf as Francine continues to track closer to making its landfall. As we go on over the next couple of days, that cooler air is going to follow that system. But as soon as it pushes off towards the north and towards the northeast, this warm air from the west is going to continue to filter in. That's why we're expecting to get a bit warmer this weekend, back up into those summer levels, right? And we won't see any relief until we get that next cold front, which right now doesn't look like is going to come until late in this upcoming work week. Late into next week, that's when we could see some relief back into the forecast in the way of those low 80s. But until then, really going to start to see warmer temperatures, especially by the time we get to Saturday, Sunday, and into early next week. Here's a look at the Climate Prediction Center's map. We show you this to kind of show the trends that we're following, right? A lot of red showing up. That's those above average zones are expecting to see much warmer air start to filter in. And even though, yes, it's only upper 80s, low 90s, that's still considered well above average for this time of year. And so that's why we're starting to see a lot of that red pop up on those maps. Natural's last week of baseball is this week, so if you haven't got to a game this season, well, it's going to be pretty comfortable the rest of this work. We plan on going out tonight for the game. Temperatures should be right around those mid-80s, a little bit more cloud coverage. That's going to help to keep things warmer for today. And also, as we head into the evening, not losing that heat as well. By the time we get to the end of the baseball game, temperatures should still be into those mid to low 70s. First pitch at 7:05 at Arvest Ballpark. And of course, this weekend, Razorbacks back in Razorback Stadium. Expecting a really nice day for some Hogs football. Temperatures at kickoff into those mid to upper 80s. Going to see lots of sunshine. If anything, have a little bit of a breeze coming from the northeast. Outside of that, though, I think it's going to be a nice sunny day. It's going to be a little bit warmer, of course, than it was for last weekend. Northwest Arkansas over the next 10 days. Again, temperatures get cooler for Thursday. Briefly, because by the time we get to the end of the week into this upcoming weekend, temperatures are already warming back up into those upper 80s, warmest we've seen in a little bit. We're going to hang on to those upper 80s throughout most of this upcoming work week, but also we're going to hang on to the cloud coverage as well. Mostly cloudy skies expected throughout most of this upcoming work week. That's also going to keep temperatures pretty mild, right around those upper 80s. Shouldn't see much of any low 90s for next week across northwest Arkansas. Across the River Valley, definitely have a chance of seeing those low 90s by the time we get to Saturday, and continuing through early parts of this upcoming work week. Low rain chances exist pretty much every day next week as it stands right now, mainly just due to the extra cloud coverage, but you shouldn't expect any relief with if you get a shower, because we're still going to see plenty of sunshine start to move in that high pressure once again. It's also going to create a muggy atmosphere again this weekend. Don't expect anything in the way of comfortability, especially compared to last weekend. This is going to be a very summer-like weekend, not only because we're going to see a little bit more sunshine, but we're also going to see a lot of that warm, moist air coming up from the Gulf, all due to Hurricane Francine. When it comes to the rain chances, though, not expecting much in the way back here at home. That's your 5+ extended forecast. I'm 5 News meteorologist Stephen Elmore.